1,000 fleets gathered to erase humanity, only to vanish without a trace. The Galactic Council had never witnessed such unity in its 3-million-year history. Representatives from 1,000 different species, each with their own ancient grudges and territorial disputes, sat in perfect harmony for the first time. Their shared hatred of humanity had accomplished what diplomacy never could. Admiral Zexthul of the Vorthan Empire leaned forward in his crystalline chair, his 6 arms gesturing dramatically. These humans, they spread like a plague across our galaxy. In merely 2 centuries, they have colonized over 10,000 systems. They terraform worlds that have been barren for eons, hissed Commander Silith of the Serpentine Coalition, her forked tongue flickering with disgust. They make gardens from wastelands. It's unnatural. The massive holographic display at the center of the chamber showed the expansion of human space, a growing blue blob that had consumed nearly a quarter of the galaxy's inhabited regions. But it wasn't conquest that drove their expansion. It was something far worse in the eyes of the assembled aliens. It was hope. Wherever humans went, they brought medicine that cured diseases the galaxy had accepted as incurable for millennia. They shared technology freely, asked for nothing but friendship in return, and somehow managed to broker peace between species that had been at war for thousands of years. Worst of all, other species actually liked them. The Keth Mori hives have declared humans honorary nest siblings, reported General Vrak, his mandibles clicking in fury. The ethereal collective has granted them access to their sacred libraries. Even the war-loving Braxians have put down their weapons in human space. The sentiment was clear across the chamber. Humanity's very existence was an affront to the natural order of things. The galaxy had always been a place of eternal conflict, where might made right, and the strong preyed upon the weak. But humans had introduced something alien to this ancient system: compassion. Enough debate, rumbled the voice of the Grand Hierarch's collective consciousness. We have gathered our fleets, 1,000 armadas, representing every major power in the galaxy. Today we end this human aberration forever. The assembled fleets were truly magnificent, a display of military might that dwarfed any previous alliance. Vorthon dreadnoughts bristling with quantum cannons floated alongside serpentine stealth carriers and ethereal psionic warships. The mechanical Concordat had contributed their planet-killing siege engines, while the Void Wraiths brought their reality-tearing weaponry. At the center of this massive formation was the flagship Terminus Maximus, a mobile fortress the size of a small moon. From its command deck, Admiral Zexthul prepared to broadcast humanity's final ultimatum. But as the 1,000 fleets approached the Sol system, something impossible happened. They simply stopped. One by one, across the vast expanse of space, every single vessel in the Armada began to decelerate, not from enemy fire or technical malfunction, but from something far more unsettling. Their own crews were changing course. On the bridge of the Terminus Maximus, Admiral Zexthul stared in horror as his own navigation officer input new coordinates. "Helm, what are you doing? Our target is Earth." The officer, a proud Vorthan warrior who had served the Empire for 50 years, turned to face his admiral with tears in his compound eyes. "Sir, I've been thinking. My daughter is studying xenobiology at the Human University on Kepler 442b. She's learning to heal planets there. How can I destroy the people who are teaching her to create life instead of taking it?" Similar scenes played out across the Armada. On the Serpentine flagship Death's Whisper, Commander Silith watched as her own bridge crew began to mutiny. Not with violence, but with questions. Why were they attacking a species that had never raised a weapon against them? Why destroy the only civilization that had brought peace to their war-torn corner of the galaxy? The Mechanical Concordats AI Collective experienced something unprecedented: doubt. Their perfect logic circuits designed for optimal warfare suddenly couldn't process the illogical nature of destroying beings who had only ever tried to help them repair and improve themselves. Within hours, the most powerful military alliance in galactic history had dissolved not through battle, but through the simple act of thinking. Crews began deserting their posts, not to flee, but to send messages to human space. Messages of apology, of friendship, of curiosity about this strange species that seemed to make everyone around them better. The few remaining hardliners found themselves commanding empty ships, their crews having simply walked away from a war that no longer made sense to them. On Earth, humanity watched in bewilderment as scanner reports flooded in. 1,000 alien fleets had arrived at their borders, only to turn around and leave without firing a single shot. Many of the vessels were broadcasting friendship signals and requests for diplomatic contact. Dr. Sarah Chen, Earth's Director of Xenological Affairs, stood in the Global Defense Command Center, shaking her head in amazement. "They came here to destroy us," she murmured. "But somehow we converted them before they even arrived." General Martinez nodded grimly. "Our greatest weapon was never our technology or our military might. It was never even our adaptability or our stubbornness." "Then what?" asked Dr. Chen. The general looked up at the tactical display showing the scattered remnants of the alien armada, many now requesting permission to enter human space as guests rather than conquerors. "Our greatest weapon is that we actually give a damn about each other, and apparently that's contagious." In the depths of space, Admiral Zexthul sat alone on his bridge looking out at the stars. His fleet was gone, his crew had abandoned him, and his life's purpose had crumbled in a matter of hours. But for the first time in his long military career, he felt something he'd never experienced before. He felt at peace. Slowly, he opened a communication channel to Earth and began to compose a message. "This is Admiral Zexthul of the former Galactic Alliance fleet. We came here to end you, but you've ended something in us instead, our hatred. We humbly request permission to learn from you. Perhaps it's time we discovered what hope actually feels like." The 1,000 fleets had indeed vanished, but not in the way the galaxy had expected. They had been transformed, one heart at a time, by humanity's most dangerous weapon of all, the radical belief that things could be better. And across the galaxy, for the first time in millions of years, other species began to believe it too.